Infrastructure and energy are two of the biggest bugbears for Nigerian industry. And even though the country is said to have an installed capacity of 12,000 megawatts of electricity, the national grid is definitely operating at less than half of that. It adds to the inefficiencies and the costs of doing business in this country. But there's a young entrepreneur who believes he may have found a solution by harvesting the sun. Lagos is known for its pulsating energy. Amidst the noise of daily life are the sounds of generators grinding to keep business and homes running. Most Lagosians know that having backup energy is an intrinsic part of city living.
These are the people that represent the 40 million SMEs that we have in Nigeria.
Right.
And those are the people we are looking at to providing them electricity, uninterrupted, reliable electricity.
Yeah.
Femi Adeyemo is an advocate of renewables. He says adding alternatives into the energy mix is a no-brainer for a country with notorious electricity shortages. Nigeria has 200 million citizens, and so the magnitude of the demand is immense.
When you look at what we need as a country to be an industrialized nation, for every 1 million people, we need 1,000 megawatts, and we're at 4,000. And that's why homes, SMEs, businesses have resorted to diesel generators, right? And even at that, because it is expensive, because it is polluting our environment, not everyone, can run their businesses on that.
The maths tells a story. The national grid can't cope, and it can't deliver. Solar energy might be a cost-effective option.
And we've seen it because we've relied largely on the centralized grid. And because the population has grown faster than the developments of the energy infrastructure. So we believe that distributed energy utility, and that means you're generating the electricity and you're consuming it at the same location. That's the way out. And doing that, it has to be a renewable source that is available, that is ubiquitous across the country. And that's why we're deploying solar plus storage across the country.
Apparently some business owners agree, and at this mid-range hotel in Obalende, Lagos, blackouts had become a normal occurrence. Well, that's until a year ago when solar panels were laid out on the roof.
We own 3 hotels, and we have 2 on this same street. This is one, the other one is there, and the third one is on the island, Lagos Island side. So we run solar on all of them, and it's a 24 hours power supply. And ever since then, we've had increase in customer patronage, and we've had consistent profit maximization.
The engineering team that builds and maintains the battery-powered systems are currently very busy, a sign of how much uptake there is for new energy sources. The coding of the software also happens in-house, enabling the team to monitor their installations remotely.
So as you can see on the dashboard, we have geolocations where every of the systems that we've deployed, assist our customers.
Despite the technological advancements made over time, Femi Adeyemo doesn't want to forget how it all began for him.
So Femi, you've shown me how digitized your business has become, but here we are with these old, archaic, big boxes. What are they doing here?
Yeah, so these boxes, they have what we call legacy systems. These are systems here. They are just reminding us of where we started from, right?
Humble beginnings.
Humble beginnings, that's exactly what it is.
Setting up a renewable energy company is expensive, and even more so in a country that imports over 70% of everything consumed. Given the high costs, a lot of the seed funding has come through foreign grants and loans.
Over the last 3 months, based on our Series A financing that we've closed, with 4 multinational investors, we've tripled our workforce. So we have direct job, as impact on that, and we have a lot of other jobs based on installation partners that we are onboarding. So indirect jobs, we're helping with that. So
as more Nigerian businesses are convinced to ditch their generators, it appears that the future is bright for a company such as Arnergy.
Our 3 to 5 year plan is to have at least 35,000 businesses, about 15,000 homes energized with our distributed solar plus storage. So what that means is by the time you are flying, maybe with a drone or an helicopter, in the next 5 years in Lagos, you're going to see a lot of blue panels. Yeah, so you see solar panels blue, and it will be a lot quieter.
More solar panels on the Lagos skyline means more money for the shareholders invested here. And the profile of this entrepreneur may soon change.
Can I touch your hand, Femi?
Please.
I feel like I'm touching the hand of a billionaire of the future.
I claim that. I think, are you a prophetess? I claim that.
These aren't prophecies, just trends. In the same way in which mobile phones have changed the face of banking and communications, then solar and renewables may also change the way in which energy is harnessed in Africa's largest and richest nations.
Now, as you can see, it's not always a sunny day on the African continent, but the positive energy and the heat can be felt everywhere.